Verne followed up his first bestseller with an even more extraordinary voyage into the unknown. A journey to the center of the Earth, a story inspired by the then popular theory that the Earth was hollow. The deeper into the Earth his heroes journey, the older the species of animals they discover. Eventually, they reach an underworld populated by living fossils.
One of the reasons that Journey to the Center of the Earth is such a powerful book even today is that wonderful combination of, quotes, modern science and ancient mystery. He was definitely onto something in creating this kind of world inside our Earth, which appealed to what was in the air at the time, this sort of realization people were beginning to have that huge creatures had lived on the Earth before us.
Once again, Verne's timing was perfect. The novel appeared as fossil evidence of dinosaurs rocked the church, and the theory of evolution challenged the story of creation. An all-time bestseller, Journey to the Center of the Earth, would spawn generations of dinosaur lore. Verne's intrepid adventurers returned to the surface through an erupting volcano, as if shot from a cannon. A bizarre form of travel that would inspire Verne's next and most prophetic extraordinary voyage.
This is Apollo Saturn launch control. We are still go at this time.
December 21st, 1968. Apollo 8 makes final preparations for an unprecedented mission, orbiting the moon. The astronauts aimed to boldly go where no man had gone before, or so they thought.
We have ignition sequence start.
A century earlier, others got there first, in a novel.
1, 0.
Fire rose to a prodigious height in the air. The glare of flame lit up the whole of Florida, and for a moment all over the country, night became day as that artificial hurricane rushed through the air.
A tale that inspired the very first science fiction film. Written in 1865, Jules Verne's From the Earth to the Moon foretold the Apollo mission with breathtaking accuracy.
Jules Verne did his homework on From the Earth to the Moon, consulted with professors of mathematics, consulted with experts in ballistics, consulted with metallurgists, read everything he could, and did the math. He did the same math that the NASA scientists were going to do 100 years later.
Verne's calculations proved uncannily correct. The velocity needed to escape the pull of the Earth, the weight and size of the command module, the likely orbit of the space module, the effects of zero gravity, even the duration of the flight. When it was over, Apollo 8 splashed down in the Pacific, just 2.5 miles from where Verne brought home his astronauts. Perhaps Verne's most startling insight wasn't how men would reach the moon, but which men and why.
Là où il a été extrêmement brillant de la Terre à la Lune, c'est qu'il a
What was brilliant in From the Earth to the Moon is that he foresaw that it would be the Americans who would go to the moon first,
conséquence d'une guerre
and that it would be as a consequence of a total war.
sur le monde qui a été très fort, plus qu'au niveau
To imagine 150 years before it happened, to see at a time when Europe still dominated the world, that it would be the US, bravo.
In the aftermath of the American Civil War, Verne's astronauts are launched to the moon by a huge cannon, a supergun half a mile long, built by retired Yankee artillerists. In the 1980s, the idea of using a mega cannon for space launches was revisited by artillery expert Gerald Bull. But when he went to work for the Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein, Bull soon found a new and deadly application for his ideas.
You could fire a cannon in Iraq and hit Washington, D.C. That was the guy's intention, and he got it from reading Jules Verne.
Saddam's supergun was never built, but another is on the drawing board. A genuine space cannon, dubbed the Jules Verne launcher. Leading the project is John Hunter, one of the scientists who helped U.S. intelligence expose Saddam's plans.
The application for the Jules Verne launcher is that we believe we can reduce space launch costs by a factor of 10 or 20.
Theoretically, the space gun could furnish space stations with a ton of supplies every few hours. But instead of shooting supply capsules toward the moon, the new gun's target will be Mars.